So,
Let's fucking go.
no,
Yeah?
fuck you. We're not gonna fucking go yet. We're gonna talk
Oh,
about this
damn
real
it.
quick. Look,
Okay.
so I've seen Borderlands, right? Chema
Yeah.
has not, and I was just telling Chema this. And folks, you go watch my video review if you want to get more into this. But look, Borderlands, you and me talked about how it's been getting a lot of negative like reviews, right? Like the haters been coming out, 0 Rotten Tomatoes, all this stuff, right? Bomb, box office bomb. It is not as bad as Madam Web. It is not as bad. It's not the worst video game movie ever made. I think it's just like a bunch of soy boys are like mad and incels are mad that like it's not the way I imagined it perfectly in my brain. Like it's not that bad. I would say the first.
Listen,
Mhm.
listen, usually I would sit down and be like, you're absolutely right. Let go of the things that you love and, let it be adapted the way it needs to be adapted. It's not going to ruin your enjoyment of the original piece. But you know what? Sometimes, sometimes bad things are bad. I haven't seen Borderlands yet, but there's a possibility. It's a high possibility. It might just be bad. You know? Because here's the thing. I am a guy that famously defended Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Yeah. I thought it was actually kind of fun. But,
Yo,
that's
how are
because
you
I
supposed
also,
to fall asleep during a movie?
well, you know,
But no,
I had fun. I had fun with it, but,
Borderlands is not that bad. All right. If anything, the first two acts are okay. It's the third act where they drop the ball. Like, ugh.
no, so like Trap.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chama.
And I'm Eddie.
Reviewing Trap, and this is the rollback. It's Trap Summer. 30,000 fans, 300 cops, one serial killer, no escape. A father and a teen daughter attend a pop concert where they realize they're at the center of a dark and sinister event. We have the new M. Night Shyamalan movie starring Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donahue, Salika, Alison Pill, Haley Mills, Jonathan Langdon, Mark Buckle, and Marnie McPhail, and Kid Cudi. So, M. Night Shyamalan, of course, very interesting figure. Repeatedly shows up, repeatedly keeps popping up. He's done movies that, like, every time they come out, they feel like an event. We always go, we always wait. We're always intrigued by the setup. We're always get excited to see the famous twist, and we're always disappointed by the end. So, we are here to review his new movie, Trap. We last The last movie that we reviewed was Knock at the Cabin by him a couple years ago.
Was it last year? I think
That
it was
was
last
last
time.
year, yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him, pumping this out. And he managed to. This movie is more of a labor of love because his daughter is a singer and he wanted to make a concert movie for her, so he made this movie, and that's her daughter. That's his daughter playing the singer as well. So there's a lot of girl dad moments in this movie. There's a lot of girl dad energy in this movie. It's a great way to cap off Brad Summer, and here we are talking about Trap. So, what
Call
did
it
you
Brat Girl
think?
Summer.
This is Brad Summer. I didn't say Brad Girl Summer. It's just Brad Summer. Just
What?
drop the girl. It's
I don't
cleaner.
understand the meaning of Brat Summer though.
And that's why we complement each other.
Isn't that like the summer where like you basically learned not to give a fuck? I think I did research on this from Maxine. They said me and God
Sure.
was having such a Brat Girl Summer.
No, it's not Brad Girl Summer. It's just Brad Summer. We can all have Brad Summer. Okay. Bump it
Fucking
that.
you fucking young people and your goddamn bullshit speech.
Bump it that.
Any fucking way, this movie opens with Philadelphia's sick fuck firefighter, Cooper Adams, taking his teenage daughter Riley to go see pop star Lady Raven. Um, so the twist, It's weird. It feels like an anti-twist where M. Night Shyamalan opens the film with the fact that the dad is the killer, which no, I think in most films would be the twist,
Yeah.
but in this one, like the trailers gave it away.
It's so funny because like I saw this with two friends, and one of them had not seen the trailers.
Mhm.
So when the movie starts and like and he goes to the restroom and he checks his phone to see the guy, like to see the camera with the guy, like she turns to us, it just goes like, I think the twist is gonna be that he's the killer. And we're like, oh, you poor sweet summer child.
You know,
Okay. You know
maybe
what? You might be onto something, you know?
well, like maybe it's an Abigail where they should have kept that a secret and like have all the trailers played up like the dad is trying to save his daughter from the killer or something. Like frame it like that, and then the actual movie is nah, he's the psychopath and he's just trying to escape. He's not trying to save her from nothing.
The thing is that Shyamalan has suffered from this in the past, where like he tries to hide the twist, so the trailers end up hiding like a big chunk of what the movie's actually about. It happened big time with The Happening. It happened big time with The Village. It happened big time with like After Earth and like other movies. So it happened big time with Old as well. I'm okay with knowing that he was a serial killer. Like I think it's a great premise. Like just dad trying to have like a day off, taking his daughter to like a concert, and oh no, like he has to escape. And for like the first two-thirds of the movie, I think it lives up to that premise. I think this is the most fun that Shyamalan has been having as a director. I think this was generally him in a silly, goofy mood, like just trying to make a more fun than like thriller movie, which I very much welcome. I think this is the right mood, this is the right atmosphere, this is the right script, these are the right actors. I generally had a blast with this movie.
You know, I want to also give credit to his writing, and we're going to talk about it the more we dive into the film. But I really appreciate how much detail he put into it, all the way down to the fact that he's a firefighter. Cooper's a firefighter. You know why? Uh, I was at one point training to be a firefighter, right? Like I was trying to get ready for the for the school and whatnot. It didn't work out, but one of the things that they try to brace you whenever you're going to be a firefighter is when you go on the calls and you see the fucked up stuff. Because it's not all, saving kittens out of trees and, fighting burning buildings. You see a lot of carnage when you're a firefighter, right? Um, One story that was told to me was a guy at a car crash, firefighter, he had to go and scrape like blood and skin and like human parts off the road with a water hose. One guy had to take a day off, had to take some time off because one of the victims in the car crash looked almost for a dead ringer like his daughter. He needed to take days off because like it scared him. Like you see some fucked up stuff, right? Um, and it makes sense. It makes a scary amount of sense that a serial killer that enjoys dismembering people would be a firefighter, not because they're bad people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it gives them the chance to see destroyed lives, see dismemberment, see death up close and personal, and right there to your fucking nose. It makes so much sense, and I really appreciate the amount of detail that went into the writing of this film.
Yeah, it generally really, really worked. I like how we kind of uncover the layers of this character specifically. And I think it really works because Josh Hartnett really plays this character very, very well. He is one of those actors that just really pops in everything that he's in. You know, he was in Sin City, he was in The Faculty, he's been in like he was in Cracker, he was been in like all these shows and movies. He was just in The Bear, you know. So
Was he in The Bear?
yeah, he in the new season.
What part did he play? I don't remember him in The Bear.
Richie's ex-wife, that's her new husband, or like they're engaged.
Oh, that's right. Holy fuck, I did not recognize him.
Yeah, that's him. So he plays, I think this role because him, just the way that he acts in one way, where like because his characters never talk like normal people. They never do. They always say very strange, quirky things. And this one I think is very fun. Like this, And I like that this is like the one movie where someone dares to like call him out on it. Like there's a moment when uh this platform opens up right next to where they're standing on the
Oh, no,
concert, and he goes like, "Hey, let's go check it out. Let's go in. Let's go check it out. We're never
wouldn't that
gonna
be
have this
super cool?
opportunity. Wouldn't that be super cool? Wouldn't that be crispy?" And the daughter's like,
Dad, what the fuck?
"Dad, what the fuck?"
I,
Like that
I
never happens. Yeah.
I appreciate that though. The fact that like he d- he can be a psychopath, but also he's a cringe father. Like he does both.
Yeah, like but it also works in his favor. Like I love the moment when he goes up to Shyamalan, who cameos in the movie, and he yeah, that's my daughter. She just had leukemia. Please don't mention it. Like, yeah, I would enjoy the concert. Like the way that he just goes like back and forth to that, or even in the serious moments. Like there's a moment when he like reveals that he's going to kill a guy to the singer, and he goes like if you say that I'm here or you say that it's me, I'm gonna kill him. And then immediately he goes, by the way, that was a great show. Like you did great concert. Like
It's perfectly manic the way he plays this character in this role. I love the fact that he can turn it on and off, and part of that feels legitimate because again, I've never dealt with a serial killer, but I would imagine
that
sociopaths,
you know of,
huh?
that you know of.
That's true. That I know of.
Because like remember the post credit scene?
That's fucking true. That's
The
fair.
poor
Okay.
guy, poor Jamie. Jamie's the MVP of this movie. I want to see him in every movie now. He should just play this character in like every movie. Just like show up selling t-shirts and just like explaining the plot. I
Goddamn.
love this guy.
He's an MVP. The part though where what does he do with the box cutter where he kind of like points it at the guy is like, here you go. I'm like, you don't do, you point the blade at yourself at all times, you son of a bitch. But whatever. Fuck you, Jamie. Anyway, no, Jamie, you're an MVP. You're a good guy, mostly. Yeah, you're a good guy. Anyway, terrible safety awareness though. Um, Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So the fact that he's able to switch in and out between these roles, like it's almost like code switching for a language where you know when to turn it on with what, but it's second nature. Um, I want to talk about the first two acts first. I want to talk about the part where he's trying to escape versus the shit hitting the fan, and then the third act.
Yeah,
So initially, when he finds out, about the large police presence and why everyone's there, um, he finds out, oh, they're trying to find the butcher, and then you find the evidence and whatnot. And initially, my first thought is like, this makes no sense. They're going to go through 30,000 people to find the killer. But then as the movie goes on, we see the logistics of it. It is a white male, either 30s or 40s with a kid. He has this tattoo on his hand. Like they're decreasing the size because how many fathers fit that description? His size, his weight, his build. They're narrowing it down. And even if it's only 400 guys, 400 people that could be the butcher, you can narrow that down bit by bit. I feel like the
yeah,
most unrealistic thing about this film might be two things. One, that they would actually do an opt this big. I don't think that they actually ever would do that. But two, the amount of luck so there's a good amount of luck in this film, but also skill. Like the part where he goes and steals the police radio, he walks into a room full of cops and doesn't sweat for a fucking moment. And he's able to lie so instantly. And that comes up later on when the
yeah,
cop says, where do y'all keep the sugar? And he says, Donovan's supposed to put them out. I'm sorry. And he goes to find them and stuff. Like, doesn't miss a beat with the lies. He is a true sociopath because he's able to think on the fly so quickly. He's prepared.
yeah. That was
And
a
when,
great scene. Just that whole moment when he like sneaks in and is like, "Ah, I'm just getting coffee. Like, yeah, I'm one of you guys. Like he just
yeah,
so and like he when he even goes like, you want some of my donuts? Like he's like, I'm just gonna leave this out. Like he owns that whole situation.
yeah,
And it's really cool to just see like that mind in action. It comes up again when he causes the accident with the canola oil, and he like walks
that
up to
poor
the
girl.
ceiling, yeah, and he uses the password, the vocal password, and the card because some kid just leaves his wallet
Apron.
on the apron, yeah. So that's also great. My most unrealistic thing about this movie is that they went to see a pop concert that started during the day and ended during the day. That's fucking weird. That doesn't happen. Has Shyamalan ever been to a concert?
Unless she had a matinee. There's been times where someone will do a concert midday in one time zone and then fly across the country to do a late night concert at another time zone.
But they're in Philadelphia.
So she can go to Chicago for the evening to do a second show.
Well, she didn't she?
She did not. I feel
Did
like
not.
though when she tells her fans, "Hey, what happened? Hey guys, I was kind of kidnapped, but thank you for saving." Anyway,
Yeah,
but no, even the little things where he steals the police radio, but wipes his fingerprints off the doorknob. Those
yeah.
little things are fucking genius and they matter. I feel like, and I mentioned this in the video review, constantly plugging myself. I'm sorry. He's almost feels like an anti John Wick, where he's very prepared and detail oriented. He has OCD to the ninth degree.
Yeah, I noticed that when the movie started and they arrive at the concert and they're eating at Shake Shack, like inside of the concert venue,
Yeah,
like it when he finishes eating, he takes like his napkin and he starts folding it like very specifically. And I went like, that's very specific. That's gonna come back, and it did.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm glad that things like that keep coming back like throughout the entire movie.
definitely.
Even at the end, when he's confronting his wife and he takes off his shirt for some reason, and
You got
yeah,
Hey man, he worked out for those abs. You gotta give the lady something to look at.
but like he takes it off and then he just starts like kind of like folding it and like putting it like very pristine. Like there's a lot of that constantly keeps coming back in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so inevitably and it's weird because he probably could have escaped if it wasn't for his daughter. She's the one that held him back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. His kid held him back in that instance.
You
Hey,
don't
man.
want my opinion on that subject. Like you don't want to. Like, I'm
Fuck,
just gonna that's just
fuck,
fuel to my fire, man. Like it's
fuck
just
them kids or what?
fucking kids, man. Like it's just like have you seen the movie The Hunt?
Which one's the hunt? Oh, the one
It's
where they pretend like liberals are the ones that are going to be hunting people.
no, that's another movie that's also called The Hunt. It's a 2012 movie. It's Danish and it's with Mads Mikkelsen.
I can't say I have.
Okay, highly recommend. Really good. And it's about this. He's like a kindergarten teacher, and a little girl has a crush on him, like one of his students. And like he knows, and he kind of goes like, "You're a kid. Like, yeah, it's cute. Like, yeah, you'll grow up one day, but like, no, like, go play in the park." But she makes up like she says like to impress like her friends. She's like, no, he does want to be with me. He loves me. In fact, like we've done stuff already. And that becomes like everyone goes like, you did fucking what? And the whole movie's like them like after him and him going like, no, wait, what the fuck did I even do? And like but it's like it's dramatic. It's really good. And but that's one of those movies that like you're seeing it and you're like, man, fucking kids.
Quick
Like
question, just curiosity. How
yeah.
does it end? Tell me they find out he's innocent.
I'm not going to tell you. You need to
Either
watch
you
it.
can tell me or I
That's
can
all.
look it up right now.
Why are you like
I'm
this?
never gonna watch it. Well, I don't have time.
Why?
I barely
You
have time to watch the new movies.
it's not like if you don't watch it now, it's going to be ruined. Like, yes, they found out he's innocent. Okay, like yes.
Thank fucking God. Fuck that.
Anyway,
Oh,
great
God
movie.
damn it.
Watch it.
That would have pissed me off.
Watch the Hunt. Very very good movie. Anyway, fucking kids. No, I actually like the kid in this movie. Ariel Donahue. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I
Ariel
haven't seen
Donoghue.
her. I haven't seen her in anything else, but she was really good in this. You believe her as like this kid that's both really excited to be there, but also because they keep coming, they keep bringing up the subject that like she had a fight with like classmates from class, from school. That even she says like we weren't really friends, we were just kind of like it's weird. And I like the constant like back and forth with like the mom of the kids and like
Fuck that
and all
mom.
that.
Fuck that mom.
Yeah, look them up.
Fuck out of here, Joe.
Uh, it's really funny because in the movie, like we're all watching the movie and we all know in the audience that he's a serial killer, but we're all kind of rooting for him as a dad. Like it's pretty funny because like when he gets her like backstage and he gets to like have her like be in the show like to bring her out. And we see like the classmates with the mom, and the classmates just going insane and going super angry at the mom, and the mom is just yelling at. We're all cheering. We're all like, "Fuck yeah, fuck that bitch, yeah, fuck them kids." Like we're all thinking, like, man, this guy sucks as a person, but like as a dad, you know,
And man, everyone has flaws, right? Like,
yeah.
you can be a good dad, but a shitty husband. You could be I say that because I can't say who I'm thinking of, but I was like, you can still be a good father, even if you're a shit husband. They're divorced now, which is good. I'm going too personal on this. I'm glad they're divorced. Going back to this movie, she deserved better. Any fucking way. Uh, going back to this film, audience, don't question it. You don't need to know the backstory of that statement. Um, yeah, so he I just remember like you son of a bitch, you're gonna pull the cancer card when he finds the director M. Night Shyamalan, the backstage guy, and he's just like,
Yeah,
"Hey, she's enjoying herself. Thank you very much." He knows what he's doing, and he
yeah.
says she had cancer. I just remember thinking, "You're playing the fucking cancer card." I shouldn't be surprised. This guy's a butcher. He's a monster, but like, you're playing the cancer card, really? There's a I would say there's a special place in hell for you, but we all know you're going there already. Anyway, they get backstage, and it's weird because even in a moment where he's trying to figure out a way to escape, he still takes a second to take pride in his daughter and the moments of her life. What might be the greatest day of her life turns into the worst day of her life, which that's a high fucking bar, and he jumps over that bar.
Yeah, I like how there is like, even though the thriller aspect of this movie is ever present, I like how in the last act we kind of turn and we go very much into drama. Like there's a fantastic moment where like I wouldn't say it's the twist, but like a big reveal in the movie is that the mom, the wife kind of like sets him up. Like
Yeah,
unknowingly she unknowingly knowingly sets him off. And there's a great moment where like you can see it in his face and he says it out loud. He goes like, because of you, I'm not gonna see my kids grow up. Like I'm never gonna see them again. Or something like that, you know?
yeah.
Which is again, this is a serial killer. Like you're not supposed to feel for this guy, and yet I'm like, fuck, good performance, man. Good writing. Like this works. Like this, the drama is very much there. Yeah.
God, I'm not a serial killer, guys. I want to say that right now before I'm about to make my next few statements. I am not a serial killer. I am not a butcher. I am not a murderer. Not that you can prove it. Now, going back to this movie real quick, there is something I really like and relate to this guy. Not in a sense of murdering, but in a sense of due diligence and having to make these decisions and these calls, trying to figure out any and every way that you can get out of it. To a point where and I compared it to a Zen coin. There's an old proverb, I guarantee you know this.
Mhm.
There was a teacher with a stick, right? And he tells the students, "Hey, this is a stick. If you tell me it's a stick, I will hit you with it. If you tell me it's not a stick, I will hit you with it. If you say nothing, I will hit you with it." So the student, in a no-win situation, gets up, takes the stick, and breaks it. You're in a no-win situation. Break the fucking stick. That's what he does when he reveals to Lady Raven, "Hey, this guy's gonna fucking die if you don't get me out of here." He breaks the stick. I like that. I like that he thinks of things in an orderly fashion. He recognizes in that moment, for example, when he's confronting his wife, that I'm not going to see my kids grow up. And he even says it himself in the film, either because I'm going to have to kill myself or I'm going to be exonerated or I'm going to have to be on the run. But because of you, he already knows the end game. It's just how do we get there? I like that. I like that he prepared in advance by having a hidden tunnel in his house. That's interesting. That is planning. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a big John Wick fan. That's probably part of it, the OCD. Um, but I really like the fact that he was only caught because of the closest person to him. She caught him. He didn't leave the receipt. She left it there on purpose, just enough to get him caught. If he was innocent, then they would have found the receipt, found him, and he would have been exonerated because he had alibis or whatever. But no,
Yeah.
Like she's the one that notices. Without her, he's perfect. And that's fucking terrifying because I guarantee you there are people out there that have probably killed that have gotten away with it because they did it perfectly, unfortunately. It's
Yeah.
just, God damn, I really like this third act. Which, come to think of it though, you mentioned that you weren't a big fan. Am I right?
I was making a joke. I actually kind of like the third act. I think it's
Motherfucker.
I think it I think having the whole movie fit just in the concert, or because I think if the movie would have ended with them like leaving the concert like in the limo and that's it, I would have been like, good, fine. It would have been good, 2.5 out of 5, whatever.
Yeah.
But that third act kept going and it
Yeah.
kept going and it kept changing. And I was thinking, like, we're going to the house? We're leaving the house? We're driving in traffic? Where the fuck are we going? Like what's happening? And I like not knowing. I like not knowing because, like, for a second, when he escapes and like the cops are after him and everything, and the wife is making tea, and you can see like the reflection of her, which is a great shot, by the way, of her just making the tea. I thought that he was gonna show up, and I thought the twist was gonna be that the wife was gonna be in on it. I thought that was the twist.
Same. Same.
Yeah, and I talked about it with some friends, and I had a friend at work today who told me like I thought the twist was gonna be that the daughter was a serial killer and he was like protecting her.
That would have been good too. I would have
That
taken
would have
both.
been, yeah, like both would have been good twists, but it kind of goes beyond that. The wife played by Alison Pill. Did you realize who she was?
I knew she was famous. I just couldn't place her in other things I've seen her in. I want to say the
That
newsroom.
Yes, she was in the newsroom, and she was Kim from Scott Pilgrim, the
Oh
drummer.
yeah. We're here
Yeah,
to watch Scott Pilgrim kick your face in. One, two, three.
yeah, that one. But yeah, the newsroom. Just parentheses. What a great fucking show. What a great fucking show the newsroom is. Like
I wish we still
timely. Yeah, like
we would have had a fucking ball with the Trump administration.
I feel like it would have been fun, just like one special episode. It would have been super fun.
God damn.
Uh, yeah. But anyway, yeah, she was great in the newsroom. She's great in here as well because she really sells it. Like she looks scared out of her fucking mind in this movie.
What? Okay, so I love the fact that she outsmarts him twice, though. The only one that can beat him is his wife because she
Yeah,
also drugs him. I'm assuming that there was a plan with the cops to like drug him, like, hey, I'll be the bait. But like,
yeah.
I love the fact that the only one that can beat him is his wife. I don't know. There's something there. I like that.
There's something there, yeah, definitely. And I like how something that comes back here because he notices like when he's eating the pie, he goes like he sees like the white powder in the plate, and she goes like, "I found it in your stash." And I don't know, this is probably like a coincidence, but I like that it comes back to the scene where he was with the cops and the coffee, and he goes like, "Here, have some of my stash," and he pulls out like the sugar,
Oh,
like.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's so random, but
Okay, I like that.
I think there's something there. I don't think that was just a coincidence. But yeah, I like that she outsmarts him. I like that I found it really, really heartbreaking that like they take him away and the detective is like, we'll bring your kids like soon. And they just bring them in immediately, like right as they're taking him. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, man. Like why don't you put some salt on the wound? Like while we're there? Like,
Well, wait, can I mention something? So
yeah.
he's walking out and he gets tased twice and he doesn't go down and he takes one officer down and he starts going for his eyes. I'm sorry, that other officer's a pussy because if you see someone's taking down your partner and about to gouge out their eyes, you know what you do? You punch him in the back of the fucking head because hey, officer's life is at risk. Lethal force is authorized at that point. I'm just saying, I'm not pro police brutality, but if someone's
I
trying to
am.
kill my friend,
No, wait, no. I am pro being brutal to the police. That's what I'm pro.
he was one of the good cops.
And that's no such thing. I'm afraid.
God damn it, Gemma. Any fucking way. It takes
You
three,
know how I feel about this.
and they let him put his shirt back on for some reason.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them take people in less, so I'm like, why does he get to put on his shirt? But
I
okay.
know.
Um,
Um,
this
and
kid,
then they have this moment when he takes the thing from the bike,
the
which
bespoke,
is
which
it's
I like.
so random.
Boom, he fixes it perfectly.
I think he did it with his foot, but yeah, it's just why did the cops let him just like, okay, fine, he has OCD, let me just like let him like pick up the pen.
Because you think you already won, so it's like, yeah, let him have his fucking bike for a moment. Like, let him pick it up
In
instead of
hubris is where all great empires fall.
true.
Yeah. So yeah.
And his when he picks the lock and his manic laugh, just chef's kiss. This might be for me, for me,
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan's best film by a.
Oh my God, that's those are like
Well, the thing is,
those are fighting word. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm
mm,
saying that's a tell. You know, that's
it's so well written. It's so suspenseful. I legitimately was on the edge of my seat. Like, how
yeah.
many people can make you root for a murderer, for a genuine bad guy? There's a big difference. John Wick is trying to avenge his dog. This guy is a fucking butcher, and yet still somehow we root for him. We like
Oh
him.
yeah. Yeah, because
Personally,
John
I
Wick
want to see.
didn't enjoy any of those killings. Like he definitely didn't enjoy any of those killings.
Like, he's a bad guy, but like, I want to
Just
see.
because you bad guy, it doesn't mean you bad guy.
Dude, I really hope this one gets a sequel because Josh Hartnett plays Cooper so well. He's the perfect kind of serial killer you want a podcast on, like the story of Cooper Adams, the butcher. Like, I want the casual criminalist to cover him. Simon, do a special episode on movie characters, please.
It's a whole story. It's a whole storyline. I'm not usually for sequels. That was actually one of my big problems with Long Legs, where it feels like it's going to it's sequel baiting by the end. This one, I don't know. I would have to wait and see. Uh, I don't know. I feel like for something like this, if they released like a novelization or something, like if they expanded like a little bit on his backstory, yeah, I
Mhm.
would like to. But I think the way it is, it's actually quite good. I think Shyamalan definitely hit it out of the park for this one. It's my favorite movie of his since Split. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite movie ever of his, but it's my favorite that he's done since Split. This is way better than Glass, way better than Old, way better than Knock at the Cabin. Uh, uh Big fan of this one overall. Yeah, but still, my favorite from his is still Unbreakable. So that's still pretty hard to beat. So but I enjoyed this one. I think when we look back to his filmography in like a later time, where I think when he's like a little older, I feel like we're gonna look back on like, man, his concepts were great. Like, have you seen Trap? Serial killer stuck in a concert, man. Like it's
Yeah.
great. This guy just knocks you out of the park with like the concept. So I think the execution for this one, it's surprising that it came out actually quite well. It helps with the performance, it helps with the setup, it helps with everything else. Um, Couple of the things I didn't love, and I will say, wasn't a big fan. I know this is like a labor of love and everything. I'm not a big fan of this genre of music. This like Billie Eilish trap-ish um dark pop with
Yeah.
like very loose beats. Not a big fan of this kind of music. Nothing against it. It's just I'm not a big fan of it. So I don't know, like I wasn't like, oh shit, like oh bars. Like no, I wasn't like thinking about any of that at that moment. And like it wasn't so that part feels kind of weak for me. And the acting of Salika Shyamalan, who plays Lady Raven,
He was
uh
fine, I
she was
thought.
fine. She wasn't bad. I just think that, and I say this, no offense, but I think if she was just gonna be the singer, like at the stage, fine. But if they insisted that she had like a big part in the dramatic acting of the ending of the final arc, like to put her just right at the center, like her performance is gonna have to be there. I
Mhm.
think it should have been an actress with more caliber or with more thing. Then again, this is her first performance, so I also don't want to be mean. But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, no, completely. I was looking at her thing. So yeah, this is her first film. Apparently, she does have music out. Like she is a musician.
Yeah, she made the
Accomplished artist.
songs for the movie, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big fan of this
Yeah.
genre. So yeah. So that's what we have. Trap Summer.
I want, I
Um
want to pitch you a sequel.
please do.
Okay. You know how we didn't dive too much into his backstory? What if the sequel is the FBI profiler chasing him with a team while he's on a murder path to try and kill Lady Raven? Like
Again?
he's on a revenge tour. And we can sequence that with her as she studies him, diving into his childhood. We can have moments where she's interviewing the wife or maybe his brother that we didn't know about or his kids. And we see his childhood and the abuse and what made him this way. And in the end, I would say in the end, he kills Lady Raven and he wins. And then they take him into custody. You're the reason
Mm,
why everything fell apart. You're the reason why I can't see my kids. If you had kept your fucking mouth shut, none of this would have happened. He can't get his wife,
mm.
he can get her. And the only reason he spares his wife, I need someone to raise my kids.
Maybe, but not like soon. Maybe like a couple of years.
Oh yeah, no, not shit, no, not immediately. I'm like, there's a free pitch for you. Do with that as you will.
See how that goes. I mean, if anything, I like that we have an original concept, original movie, an original script that a lot can be done with this. I think we're gonna remember it as one of the most original concepts of the year, and I'm glad to have seen it. Great way to enter Trap Summer and finish off Brad Summer. Although Brad Summer is gonna be more of a cultural phenomenon, it probably won't end until like election cycle. So yeah, I believe that covers everything about Trap. Is there anything else that you would want to add to this?
Someone give Josh Hartnett another role where he's a murderer because god damn he's great. I don't want to say he should play the Joker, but like fuck, he's a great like he has a great psychopath look. And I think it's because Josh Hartnett, he can look like your neighbor, if that makes sense. He has that look, right?
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves cannot play your neighbor, right? Fucking Mads McKips,
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen, thank you. Cannot be your neighbor, right? Like there are certain individuals that are like, no, you're famous. They have that famous face. Josh Hartnett, and I don't mean this as an insult, can blend in with everyday Americana. Like if you see him at HEB, you're not going to recognize him because he looks like a normal guy. So someone cast him as another murderer in another film where he gets to be manic and crazy at times because fuck, he was perfect in this. That's my last note. God damn, Josh, you're amazing.
Do you want him to become like Liam Neeson was to like action revenge movies?
As
Do
long
you
as his
want him
knees hold up, yeah.
to yeah, speaking
That
of
one
knees,
time, do you remember
yeah.
Taken 3 when they like cut like 30 sometimes? Liam
Oh
Neeson,
yeah, when he's crossing the fence. Yeah. Yeah.
that's
I
two
know.
cuts at most. At most.
All
Up,
right.
cut, down, cut.
I'm gonna give a trap 3.5 out of 5 stars. Very much enjoyed it, had a lot of fun with it. Might not end up in my top 10, but very, very happy to have seen something this original and this fun. This movie felt like a puzzle. I love watching movies like this. So very much great. The summer needed a movie like this. Very much enjoyed it.
Fair. All right. 7 out of 10 for me. Really enjoyed it. I could see myself actually revisiting this one. This might be a part of my staple of like detective thriller films that I watch from time to time, like Seven. Long Legs is definitely going to be on that list now. Like,
Yeah.
I could see this being on there.
Yeah, like in the rotation. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
definitely. All right. Well, that was Trap. Had a blast with this one. Next week, do you want to do Alien Romulus or do you want to do Cuckoo?
We could also do My Adventures with Superman. I'm down for all three. You let me know.
Oh, yeah. Have you started it yet?
I finished the whole thing. I finished the whole thing in a day.
Oh my God. What did you
Dude, it
think?
was amazing. Have you finished it?
Yeah.
Dude, how can you put it down? Like every episode, I was like, "This is cute. This is cringe, but I like it. This is awesome." And I
Because I was watching it week by week because it was coming out, man.
no, I saw the whole thing in one shot. Like
Yeah,
I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning watching it.
it's dude, the best version of like between Smallville and My Adventure with Superman, those are like probably my that those two and like the Christopher Reeve original movie, those to me are like the best versions of Superman that have ever been done.
I really hope that they use that version of Kara to some degree in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Oh my god, the fact that the anime influence in the way that they did Kara in this is like the fact that they did her like literally like a tsundere character in anime was super funny. The fact that she was like really unaware of like the fact even
Like
that
in,
moment when like Clark finds like the pictures, she goes like, "You have a picture of Jimmy? Do you like Jimmy?" And like
yeah,
and oh god, it was like it was adorable. Like it was that scene at the end where they play catch. Like man, My
yeah.
Adventure with Superman is a fucking blast. Love it.
I really hope. Wait, two things real quick. I also love the fact that she's a less stupid Starfire,
Yeah, she reminded me a lot of Starfire. Yeah,
but not as annoying. I'm sorry if y'all like Starfire, fair enough, I get it. But like her
I
ditziness
like
bugged me a little bit.
I like Starfire. Like all the dudes that I know grew up like horny for Raven. I wanted to go wholesome with Starfire. Like I
Dude,
wanted us to
everyone
have a
I know
picnic.
had a crush on Starfire. I'm the one that had the crush on Raven.
Oh well, which
We,
we were in different places.
we
Yeah,
were in different circles.
yeah.
But what's it called?
Which is why I know about Brad Summer.
Fair fucking enough. You have knowledge, I don't. But these,
Pumping that.
what were you saying? Oh, I really hope so. DC has a habit of the animated films kind of preset what they're going to do with their live action films. Like they test concepts or ideas or caricatures, right? To see how it could work. I'm very curious about how My Adventures of Superman is going to impact Superman Legacy. You could tell me it's not, but bear in mind, shows are in production for years. I'm sure James Gunn got his hands on these scripts and knew what they were doing. I'm not saying that he based Superman off of the show, but I'm willing to bet that there's going to be some influence from the show to the film and vice versa.
We'll see. We
If
will
he's
see.
smart, there should be. Like, because god damn, is this a great version of Superman?
Yeah, it's just it's so hard because there's a lot of things that this show gets away with because it's animation,
Yeah.
and I think it's super hard to translate that into live action without one making them look like cosplayers and two making them like act like cartoons, which
There,
can work, but I don't know. I don't know in what direction Gunn is taking this, and I'm happy to not know. I'm honestly okay if I don't see a trailer about James Gunn's Superman. Um,
You think you can go 11 months without watching the Superman trailer?
I think, well, I'm gonna see the trailer because it's gonna play before movies, like in the theater. I wish we didn't get a trailer because, like, I'm there already. Like, I'm in. You know,
I mean,
yeah.
maybe they'll do what movie had a trailer but didn't give us anything of the story? Was it Avatar 2, The Way of Water? It might have been.
Avatar, the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever did it for its first trailer too. Well, it's only trailer really.
No, 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 but like the
Um,
actual trailer gave us nothing of the story. I'm trying to remember which film did that. I
I think
think it was
Avatar, yeah, yeah.
because they
I
didn't.
remember I remember walking into Avatar 2. I went with my mom and we went to a theater where you can order the food through an app and they bring it to you like to your seat.
Yeah.
And they were taking and we were like doing the orders and this girl came back and she was like, "I'm sorry, did you order like large or extra or jumbo size drink?" And I went like, "Lady, this is a 3 hour movie. We're gonna go with the jumbo." And like, correct, madam. And I remember thinking like, well, it's Avatar 2, whatever. And then I left that theater with like love for humanity and like tears and like love for whales. I was like on the floor. What a fucking great movie. And so yeah, love that I knew very little about it and then walked into this. Anyway, that covered a lot in Trap. Uh,
So next week we will cover one of the following: either Cuckoo, either Alien Romulus, or My Adventures with Superman. Stay tuned for that. Also, you need to watch The Caped Crusader because I want to have a discussion for the new channel about this new era of DC animation because we're finally experimenting and trying new things and they fucking work. Superman with anime and anime influences, Batman going old school noir and old school serials and old school comics fucking work. I love the fact that they're finally trying new things.
is that the one Amazon?
Yeah,
Is that the one on the
it's only
Amazon?
yeah, it's only 10 episodes. Batman the Caped Crusader. It fucking works. And
Who voices Batman in this?
uh some guy, I'm not quite sure who, but I'll say this. I'll give you one spoiler. I'll give you one
Oh
spoiler.
God,
No Joker.
that's fine.
No, it's a
Oh,
good thing.
Hamish Linklater. What the fuck?
I'm assuming you know who he is.
Did you see Midnight Mass?
Yeah.
He was the father. He was Father Paul.
Wait, him?
Yeah,
Hold on. I need to check this face. Hold on.
yeah.
Give me 1 second. Who the fuck? Really? Oh shit, I did not recognize him. Holy fuck, I did not recognize his voice. Okay.
That's a good choice for Batman.
Dude, he is solid. Some people complain that you don't see Batman enough in the show. I would argue, yes, you do. He just doesn't have a lot of lines because he moves.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, great fucking show. I love the new take on a lot of the villains, whether it be Clayface, Penguin, who else? The new Harley Quinn's great. They do a little gag with the Gentleman Ghost. It's just it's awesome. Watch it. Let me know what you think. I am 110% down to do like a review of that also, or at the very least, I want to have a discussion on a comparison between the two.
Yeah, sounds
How's
good.
that?
I wanna check it out. We could do like a little versus thing going on. Yeah. Holy shit, that's a good. I never would have like considered that, but he's oof.
It
He's
works, man.
he
It-
was really good in Midnight Mass, like ridiculously good in Midnight Mass. Like
Completely agree. But yo,
like watching his performance makes me go like, do I miss Catholicism? Like, do I like miss? No, I don't. But like, I'm like, man, this guy, like,
remind
good
me, in
guy.
Midnight Mass, does he like follow the vampires or is he anti-vampire? I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I remember his performance. Yeah,
What's it called? Fucking God damn it, Catholicism. The principles are good. Practice, not so much.
yeah.
I say that
Anyway,
as a Catholic.
are you a Catholic?
I would say so. I think the problem is I identify as Catholic. The problem is that a lot of the actions of my religion, or at least people that claim to practice my religion, go very much against our teachings. Like, for example, treat others the way you would like to be treated. Goes on to treat other people that make no money like shit. Feed the poor. No, I'm anti soup kitchen. Like, fucking nuts. I, I don't know, man.
We jump into like 7 different topics and we're trying to do the outro.
That's fair. Ladies and gentlemen, if
Yeah.
you come to the rollback, you know what we do on the way out.
You know who we are. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chema,
I've been Eddie.
and this was the Rollback. Signing off with a reminder: always check what's in your plate.
And your next door neighbor might be a serial killer, so fucking lock your doors, you dumb shits. Always lock your
And
doors.
like like you know, like
Have a gun.
no.
Bye, everyone. I'm keeping that.